What does Tarzan represent to you, and have you always been a fan of Tarzan?
I know you're going to say, you do this question.
Okay, that's my question. We've been doing this all day, so we can answer each other's questions now.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually know how he's going to answer this, but go ahead.
you can sit and just like lip sync.
I'll mimic it as you say it.
Huge fan of Tarzan since I was a kid. I've loved him since I was a little boy. I would watch the old Johnny Weissmuller movies. Not that I was born in 1923, but my dad introduced me to Tarzan when I was a little boy. So I've always loved him. I was incredibly excited when I heard about the project, and when I heard that David Yates was going to direct it. I'm a big fan of his work, so I was very, very excited.
My version of Tarzan was the Disney animated film, which I loved. And this is obviously nothing like that. Well, not nothing. I mean, we still kind of have similar elements, I suppose. But I hadn't seen a live-action version of Tarzan before. So for me to see this movie even was exciting. And it's just epic. It's huge. And at the core of it, there's a really amazing love story. And it's like a big romantic, like sweeping romantic action-adventure film. And I love big action adventure films like Indiana Jones and all that kind of stuff. I love that, and I kind of feel like I haven't seen one for a while. So I was really excited to read this script.
So tell me, how did you get into the skin of the character, and tell me about the challenges you faced during the shooting?
Well, for me, it was about tapping into a more animalistic side of myself and exploring what it's like to be both man and animal. And I think we can all relate to that on some level, because we're descendants. I mean, we are animals deep down, and as much as we try to conceal it or suppress it, we still have these primal instincts and urges. And I think that's quite fun in a character like Tarzan, when you get to explore that friction between someone who is both a man and a beast.
Mm-hmm.
I had different challenges to Alex. I mean, he and I watched it for months and months. It was very admirable. He was so dedicated to not just like the workout regime, which was incredibly difficult, and the diet and all that kind of stuff. And I watched him suffer, and I did feel really bad for you. But also to I watched him like embody the way he would move, having grown up, not walking around, just everything. The attention to detail was kind of remarkable, and I didn't have to do any of that kind of stuff. I had a far easier job than Alex did. What I did do, I was speaking Lingala a lot, so I did learn, all the lines that I had to speak in Lingala, which was a bit tricky, but again, nowhere near as difficult as the things Alex was doing. My job was really to be able to connect with connect in our marriage, for one thing, kind of have an interesting dynamic with Christoph's character, because there's a lot of time where you watch Jane and Captain Rom kind of like fighting on a more intellectual level as opposed to a physical level, and kind of have that connection to all the people that Jane would have grown up with in the Kuba village. So that stuff was really fun to explore.